There's only 2 more days left in December. Oh my gosh. You know, I kind of passed the 50 stream milestone a while back, but I didn't have time to think about it. Can't believe it's already been about like more than 2 months streaming, basically. Honestly, didn't think I'd get this far, nor this consistently. Of course, I have a lot to work on still, like doing things at a proper time, maybe even moving time slots to try and get more viewers, but it's been fun, I think. It's been great, how I put it, trying out new things, especially with drawing and with the music streams. There's definitely a few things I need to fine-tune though, especially with like Duolingo, and I guess finding more exciting games to play with more people. You know what, I'm definitely going to set that as a goal for next year. Focusing on trying to build up to collabs, or maybe something like VR chat too, if it doesn't get too out there. You know what? Yeah, maybe Sunday I'll do a resolution stream. Oh wait, no, Sunday is New Year's. Saturday, yeah. Let's try something like that. I've already been in Sultan Sanctuary, so no, I really gotta rearrange my schedule anyway. Oh well. So today we're gonna be finishing up that drawing of Slen, which I started earlier, so let's get to it. Bam. Let's see. Now that I have FL Studio, I could probably devote a bit more time to making new music too. Just something basic. Don't keep this in black and white. Oh, I see. There we go. That's so... Huh. Maybe JPen isn't the best one for this. I need more consistency. Bullet lines wouldn't be too bad. Maybe I'll leave the mouth for later then. In the meantime, I can do the face outline. Oh, too much. Gotta decrease my opacity. There we go. And let's use stabilizer. No, too much. except for the hair. I should probably divide this up between bangs and then back hair. And probably a different section for wings too, because they'll cast a different shadow over top. So let's do the bangs first. I was expecting her bangs to be a bit more complicated, but it turns out she just has a lot of them. There's not that much to it, thankfully. Probably turn up this opacity a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Originally I was planning on drawing a Dragoon, but I couldn't find any good images to base that off of. So I'm doing, how do I put it? The coloring might be a little bit difficult in this one. I think that should be okay. So her hair is actually really reflective, and I'm still not sure how to do that effect quite yet. But we could figure out as we go along, I think. The eyes will need a bit of fixing, but I'll worry about that later. There we go. I finally watched Blue-Eyed Samurai. I'm surprised I did it all in one sitting too. It's only 8 episodes, so it wasn't too bad, and the action was fairly well directed. It was very much like a very... I need more synonyms to use. I like the theme overall of the story, especially when it regarded stuff about like purity and like what it means to be a samurai. Like Ringo was such the heart and the soul of that series. He was just trying to put his best foot forward all the time and trying to, how do I put it, aspire towards greatness, which I felt was a very, how do I put it, like I couldn't get mad at the guy because he was so endearing. Oh, I need something for hairpins. And more than that, he was actually, he came in clutch so many times, like saving them from drowning, saving them. Oh, I guess this should go in spoilers. Let's see, what else did he do? helping out with like border crossings, just a lot of things you couldn't necessarily muscle your way through. So I felt he was like a great companion for Mizu. I'm really excited for the series. It seems like it has a lot of potential. It's got a lot of like Kill Bill vibes to it. Like 4 people she has to kill. What else is there? Oh, I drew that too close. Hold on. 4 people she has to kill, reforging a sword that's she can be worthy of. That sort of thing. Oh shoot, these seem to be... over here. What I'm kind of surprised about is how initially it had a lot of realism at the start. Like if a person got injured, you knew that they would have to like go back, stitch it up, that sort of thing. And it was really emphasized within like the first 4 episodes. But then later, like around episode 6, 7, and 8, they sort of downplay those injuries, or like the extent of those injuries. So if you aren't a main character, you essentially just straight up die. Like, that advisor, for instance, dude gets shot once, and then it's just like over. Though to be fair, the Shogun also took 1 bullet and also died, but that was like straight up. What else did I like about that series? The action was really well coordinated. Sometimes they went a little bit too... I want to say effects happy with it. There's one scene where Mizu is cutting through like a bunch of guards, and was it the castle scene? Yeah, it was the castle scene. After she jumps over the pitfalls and engages the guard group there, they go a bit happy with the effects in that they rapidly revolve around her, and it doesn't... I think it's supposed to add to the kineticness of the fight and help track the swings, but it came out kind of messy at the end. Like, it was hard to see where she was going to hit next, per se, so rather than helping with the flow of the fight, it kind of distracted from it. I don't know, my taste in fighting movies is very kind of spoiled. My golden standard for action films is basically like Hong Kong Jackie Chan films, John Wick. What else did great action? I wouldn't say Rush Hour. I think Shang-Chi had some pretty good action in it, now that I think about it. Especially with the first 2 parts. Third act, I mean, I can talk about Shang-Chi. That movie was a love letter to Asian cinema in so many different ways, both in terms of like movies, so theatrically, as well as culturally. What's the name of that channel? Accented Cinema did such a great review of that series, of that movie. Accented Cinema focused mostly on the cultural aspect so how it feels to grow up, either the son of immigrants or like as an immigrant yourself in the West, and kind of feeling alienated from both like your parents' home country culture, as well as the Western culture that you grew up in. You're sort of caught between two worlds and can't really settle down between them, which is rough. But in terms of the action in that movie, it also feels like a blend or a homage to so many different genres of Asian cinema. The only thing it was missing was a telenovela. Like those cheesy "That Winter the Wind Blows" sort of thing. And oh shoot, I had that. There we go. Actually, her smile is really wide. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Just gotta refine it. Yeah, but Shang-Chi, especially when you look at it in terms of 3 acts, was basically just an homage to martial arts films. A little bit of wuxia in there. What else? Jackie Chan-ish antics, and then ending off with a big kaiju movie at the very end. Which I think was very apropos, considering that the main, the monster at the end of the day wasn't just the family, it was, whatever was manipulating the dad at the time through his grief. I do wish the best for Marvel. Like, I know that Disney is about to give up Mickey Mouse, but it seems like there's been a bit of a rough patch lately. I haven't seen Ant-Man, nor did I see Captain Marvel. But it seems like they're losing a bit of coherence, like they expanded too much, I mean, comics-wise, the way that they resolved that was through, like, stuff like the House of M storyline, or in DC's case, when they did the New 52, having a bit of a reboot. But I think Matt Pat put it best, and that might not be the best way to go. It's more important to... how do I put it? I mean, yes, the connected universe is Marvel's biggest strength. Because as a fan, you should feel rewarded for keeping up with everything. I feel the same way for playing Final Fantasy XIV, wherein a lot of story beats later get used up later down the line. I remember watching a lot of WoW versus Final Fantasy XIV videos, and I believe it was in Jesse Cox's video, doing the comparison between the two, wherein he said something along the lines of, if you see something cool in WoW, like in a poster or in a screenshot, the developers might say, I know, I guess it's there and it's cool. But with Final Fantasy XIV, if you see something, you know it's going to get used up later. That's going to be used for a plot point or something like that. Oh, oops. Whether it's like places that you'll visit, important characters who you'll see later on, which they're very good at. Oh my gosh. What else is there? Yeah. What was I talking about? Oh right, the general state of Marvel. Oh man, I just wish the best for them. They got it rough. Okay, speaking of rough, let's keep on sketching. So that goes there, then the hair kind of goes all over the place. I'm gonna use a lot of creative liberty with that though. Let's see, what else can I say about Blue-Eyed Samurai? Very solid action for the most part. Great characters. everyone felt like they had something to input about how Japanese society was run at the time. I do have a few gripes about the historical accuracy of some of the scenes, though, because this was set after Japan closed its borders. Now, I'm not like a resident expert in Japan, in like Japanese history. I had to teach some units here and there related to it, though, so I'm not completely like out of the loop. But they made Japan seem like this really traditional anti, well, not anti-technology, but more like very yeah, very traditional in that they held the what's it called, like stuff like the samurai sword and like the social caste in high regard, and that was true. That said, they also made it seem like the Japanese had never seen a gun before. And it's like, bruh, did you not read the Sengoku Jidai? Do you not like play any Samurai Warriors or anything like that? There were guns that were used in that era. Like, they had artillery, for that matter. But for whatever reason, they made it seem like the Shogun's guards had no experience or use for, like, muskets or something like that. And that's, like, the lowest of the low. Like, I'm pretty sure they had some cannons or something back then. So it shouldn't be unheard of, or it made no sense about why the palace guards used freaking bows and arrows and like tried hurling rocks at the like the white dude's army. It just made zero sense. Right. There we go. Then there's a bit of hair over here. I really do like the emphasis they place on sword forging, though. Like, it looks great animated, and what else? Yeah, it just looked really beautiful in general. Honestly, yeah, I just have more compliments than I do, like, other things to say. It's rare to find, like, an action movie that actually stays the course and doesn't, like, veer off too wildly. I'm very much excited to see if they continue on for season 2, which, well, I'll double check if it's greenlit already. Netflix normally at least gives 2 seasons. But then again, they've been hemorrhaging money for a little bit, so I hope they'll be okay. Oh, too much. I'll leave this bit blank then. Yeah, there you go. Alright, there's a bunch I'll need to fix up, but I can do that when I'm coloring, I think. What's most important is that I get the outlines down so that I don't mix things up. Next up, wings and back of the hair. I'll do back hair first. Oh, thank God she has, like, simple back hair. I'm trying to think of whose hair was the hardest to draw based on that. Maybe Udo? Maybe it was Girl DM actually. Yeah. The only thing weird about Slen's hair is that it's like really flat. Yeah. I'm thankful I worked on Teeny's art before this, because learning how to do braids is rough. Kind of goes like this. Actually, hold on. So like that, then a little bit like that. Yeah, there we go. I mean, of course, reality can be whatever I want it to be, as long as it kind of looks okay. Yeah, there we go. Then yeah, there we go. What I found interesting was in Blue Eyed Samurai was Akemi's character. Like, but I trust the screenwriters know what they're doing, but she was mostly just there to show like how unfair life is for the average person. Like, whenever she wants to go out and do something, she constantly just gets like dunked on. Like, whether it's her father's advisor, even Mizu, or especially Mizu actually. Damn. Like, there was no need for her to be so harsh about that. But it's kind of true at the time. Like, Japanese women really didn't have too many options for what they could do. Is that how her braid works? Hold on. No, that is not how her braid works. Do I need to redo a lot? this is fine. The only dude who's just kind of like chilling out is like, how do I put it? Like the sword father. Like he's just happy to make swords. He chose the fourth option, just being a craftsman, which I respect. Devotion to your art. Have nothing else. Dude was spitting facts. Oops. I do wonder what the end goal of the story is, though. Because after getting all of that vengeance and, you know, killing all those guys, what's gonna happen afterwards to Mizu, right? Like, is she just gonna keep going? Kill everyone like Eren style till there's no one left? Is she gonna go after their families then, just to prove a point? So many questions. How did I do this part? Messily, it seems. Yeah, I'll do the braids in my style instead. Actually, now that I look at it... Huh. Yeah, these braids are really similar to Teeny's. Let me see if I can go back and redo a few things then. Because they're nodding inwards into each other. Like that. Same thing over here. last step is the wings. Oh, and I guess the eyes. Whoops. Honestly, the wings were the hardest part just because I don't know how their shape works. Like, what is this? Nope. There we go. Wings are actually kind of curved more than pointy. There we go. Now to add in some extra feathers. I'm not too sure how that texture is supposed to go, but I'll have to edit that later. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now the last step is with the eyes. Her eyes are very unique in that it's essentially just rectangles. At the very least, it's no hassle, so. Like so. Okay. Then for the other eye, we'll do like a wink. Dry though? Now let's challenge ourselves a little bit. Okay, yeah. So I have all my proportions down, so I don't need this anymore. Oops. Okay. What to do with this now? I guess I'll start by tidying up a little bit. Oops. Okay, there we go. Da, da, da. Probably need the inner lining over here. Then you won't be able to see it as it curves over this way. Okay, there we go. Is her head still too short? Is it? Hold on. I guess I could add a bit more to the back. Yeah, there we go. Oh, she has a bit of blush over here. There we go. Okay. Now what to do? I guess shade it in now. So Slen's skin is kind of olive. Kind of chalky, I guess. Yeah, this will do. I think. Yeah, I can use this as my base and then widen up from there, I think. Not too much. Oh, shoot. This should be its own layer. There we go. You know what's interesting? Like, I really want to try the JJK art style. Like the one that they used for their first season. Oh, too much. I'm wishing the best for that series. Because it looks like they've been through a bit of a rough patch lately. The manga's in a very interesting place though. Like, how do I put it? I'm not too big of a fan of... No, what's the word for it? Like, there's, definitely a lot that can be improved upon in terms of, like, explaining how certain abilities work. I felt like going into it, there was a lot of terminology that I just was not aware of. So it's kind of hard to keep up with everything. Like, their power system didn't seem fully consolidated, I guess. Yeah. Like, I still have no idea how cursed energy works. Alright, so... What's this? I want the light to hit now. Oh, shoot. I think the light should be hitting from this side over, so I'll make it the opposite of Mika's. Oh, too much. There we go. So normally cheekbones would be up here. This would be like the brightest spot. I'll have to add in blush. Then the face curves. So over here would be your darker spots, give or take. Try to keep it in line with the nose over here. There's gonna be a few dark spots over here due to the hair though. I do miss hearing Sloane's laugh. Like her laugh is just so contagious and like bright. And her storytelling ability too. Alright. I'm choosing these colors, it's almost like I'm in an IKEA or something like that. Oh my gosh. This isn't the right one. It needs to be warmer. Although that could work for the shadow. This one? Let's try going with this still. Next up, blush. Next up, the bangs. Oh my gosh, he uses like 3 shades of purple. So we'll use a dark layer first and then brighten things up. So, what color purple is that? That's like a bluish purple actually. Honestly, I'm really bad at distinguishing between these over here. Purple Zocco. I think this is it. Yeah, let's try this. If it doesn't work, that's fine. So if the light's hitting from this direction, this part should be dark. Especially this back hair over here. This part should also be dark over here too. I might not finish this tonight. It's only 1:30. Well, it's already getting pretty late. So I might need to call this in soon. Let's do a general wash. Oops. it's actually starting to look like her. There we go. So those bangs aren't going to be as dark because they're facing the light. Same for these over here. Oh shoot, I forgot to add in one thing. I almost forgot about this. Oh. Oh, actually, that's a cool effect. There we go. Oh, why did I? Oh no. Hold on. This won't take too long. I should have set that as a separate layer. Now it's stuck. Well, worst comes to worst, I'll just have to make those colors deeper. It's not the worst thing to happen. Hair color. Honestly, didn't expect this to take that long. Oh well. Oops. Actually, none of this texture's probably gonna be seen due to yeah. Just gotta go all out. Da. swear her hair color is a bit more blue than this, though. Rather than the shade of purple. Also doesn't help that it's, like, really glossy. I wonder what I should do for my background. I'm feeling pretty tired, so I think I might turn in here actually. Can I finish off the eyes? Oh my god. Okay, yeah, let's do the eyes and then the rest I can do off stream, I think. So the thing about her eye color is that it's very shiny. Also has a bit of shade due to... Let's see. I'll start with a white base for the cornea. There we go. Okay. Next up, blue. There we go. I think that's the correct shade. And then I'll need a bit of a darker blue. The tips of it. Your second eye is magenta-ish. It's like Doppio's color now that I think about it. Yeah, let's go with this. Oh yeah, there we go. I need to adjust a few things about how I drew these lines. They aren't perfect rectangles like what you see over here. There's a bit of a curve. It's not much, but it's there. Interesting. Her eyes are actually slightly different. One curves, but the other one doesn't. Oops, too much. Her eyelashes are really thick, too. I'll have to go back and re-edit the eyes due to how complex they are. Yeah, you know what? I'll save this for later. It's already getting pretty late. So I think I'll call it there for tonight. Um, yeah, Sislan's been going through a rough patch lately. Hopefully she gets better soon. It seems there's been a lot on her plate, but thankfully her fan base seems to be pretty good, especially with re-uploading her video and stuff. Wish her nothing but the best. Let's see. I'm gonna be taking a break tomorrow. Yeah, like I know I said I would be streaming, but unless I can stream earlier than that. And then I'll be taking Saturday and Sunday off because New Year's, so that'll be fun. Alright, well, hope you'll have a good night then.